time I've been showing you about abundant thought leadership, and every Thursday we've been having some great topic, and most of them are maybe strategic, some are about the mindset. I hope you already find some of our episodes very helpful. And by the way, every time I upload this the Thursday's live events and video to my YouTube channel, Spring Magic Life, and hope you will. After I share this video, I will share the link, my YouTube channel link under my video, and hope you will subscribe to it, and then you will always be updated with our new episode, because not just for Thursday, sometimes other days if I have a great topics, I also upload to my channel. So make sure that you will follow us and subscribe to our channel. And today's topic, so not about strategies and not about just a mindset, but today is about your emotional baggage. So how about if you have a lot of emotional baggages? And today is I know it's not an easy topic, but I will do my best. Okay, so because sometimes even me, I've been, I had quite some like a dramatic emotional experience years ago, but still time from time I could met this kind of a challenge, is to say I know that I've been much more mature than before, but we are all humans, right? Sometimes we still feel like we get entangled by the emotional kind of things and the dramas, and or maybe like baggage. So how about that for our visionary entrepreneurs and life changers? Unavoidably, right? Sometimes if you find you are in the midst of emotional challenges, especially for women, right? We are more sensitive than men. And for men, of course, they have emotions. Yesterday, I just shared that video. I hope you will check it. The 3 muscle men. Yeah, this is definitely relevant. 3 muscle men sharing their feelings. And they have that Zen time. They were drinking, I don't know, the tea or what, maybe tea. And 3 men, muscle men from different background, a black man, Asian man, and maybe a Spanish man. 3 of them sitting together, drinking tea and sharing about their emotional background and life experience, and a very in-depth reflection about their, for example, their relationship with their mother, and how to say the thing they the most feel like most memorable, like most memorable painful experience, and then about how love is playing in their life. Hi Lori, how are you? Thank you for joining me. And so it's like it's very rare, actually. I shared that video because I was very touched, and it's very rare to see muscle men to really share their emotions, and especially those people, maybe they are not very familiar yet. You can see that, like, but they can fully open themselves and share their emotions, and even say that it's not any problem for men to cry. So even if men can do that, they have the courage to do that, how about our women? We also need this really courage, right? Most time women is much easier for us to find other buddies, right, other women, and chat, and then maybe thread our tears and just even cry to ourselves. We cry that out, we talk it out, right? Our emotions, we just talk it out and cry it out. Hi Lori, how are you? We're talking about the emotional baggage, because recently I feel like this could be really one of the challenges, not just for women, also for men as well, right? And I want to share a little bit background of my family. I did not really share this before. I shared my personal marriage dramatic experience in my NASDAQ speaking. I shared how I struggled with my marriage crisis with my husband, how I went through that suicidal experiences. But all this is like, and then I get resurrected because of my faith in God, and really thank God that I went through that really darkness eternal, and now come out as an abundant person, and really touched with the abundance. And that's what I've been teaching people to, especially our visionary entrepreneurs and life changers, to own your own abundance and create the life and business you want. But here everything has a background, right? Everything has that baggage. It's like my family why I had my youth time strugglings, because my family was a broken family. I grew up with like loving parents. They both loved us, me and my sister, but my parents, they did not really, how to say, go through with each other, and they had all this fighting. I still remember when I was a child, they had all this kind of arguing and quarreling, and also the background. Their environment is really not imaginable. Very, like, they are in an opera house. You can see that those people have different kind of educational background. The majority of them has very no education background, and most of people just want to get their own benefits and do not really mind to really sabotage other people's families, right? So eventually my parents, and there are so many different people's interferes, and my parents, they given a divorce. That's really a tragedy. And when I went to college, they got divorced, and that gave me the biggest impact of my life, because I always imagined my family will be together. I have a loving parents. That's my, like, I would say, prototype of a family, parents being together and loving their kids, right? But when I went to the college, my parents separated. I heard that bad news when I was in a college, thousands of miles away from them. So I could not do anything. I was broken. The first year, sophomore. So, and a freshman. So, and then that's my first time start to drink. Also, my last time I got drunk. And I fell down on my bed in my dorm, and all my other roommates tried to take care of me. I'm really grateful that I was not staying by myself. Otherwise, I maybe dead because of that drunkenness. And they took care of me, and I slowly recovered. But that kind of a scar, deeply scar, is really deep in my heart. And even, I should say, even till today, because the family broken, and my father is with another younger lady until today. And I don't know if that's a blessing or not, but I will share with you later, right? But the family is like really broken, and the communication is broken. And even though, like, now me and my sister have our own families, we have our own kids, we've already, like, we are growing up, right? Even though later I suffered from my own marriage crisis, but thank God that He saved us, saved my marriage, saved my family. And by my parents divorced, and they had each have their own family later, have their partners. So that's already the fact. But sometimes this kind of fact is still hurting me, because whenever I went back to China to visit my parents, we have to visit two families. So, and that's fine, right? Within two families. But another challenge is my father's side. The lady has been really, how to say, blocking our family's communication, and she's become a middle person. Whenever I want to communicate with my father, my mother's side is good, by the way. Fortunately, my mother found after divorce, because the divorce is initiated by my father, he found the younger one. The younger one was like a third party who interfered, and really was one of the reasons, right, caused the family's brokenness. And my mother later married I call the uncle, and he's very nice person, and always supportive to our communication with my mother. So that side is good. But my father's side is always problem, because the initiator, that kind of a motivation is a little bit selfish, right? I always want to get at the price of breaking other people's family and get what they want. So that's from that sourcing. And till today, she's still being blocking our communication, and she's being the middle person. I could not communicate, or better, could not communicate directly with my father. Like, now we're using the social media, right? In China, we're using WeChat instead of Facebook. And my father is not learning how to use, I don't know what's the reason, but then she became the middleman. She will monitor what we are communicating, and she will decide if my father will talk to us or not, and when to talk to us or not. And she one time blamed me that I did not agree to her during New Year time. Whatever, it's just like she became the middle person and deciding the communication my father has with us. And if how to say, she could give him like bad faces, or like how to say, throw some tantrum, and he would not like to talk with us, something like that. So, and recently my father did not really forgot me and my daughter, his granddaughter's birthdays. He did not greet to us and did not answer our phone call. And then eventually this lady came up and tell us, she just wanted my father to get better, like health, and so she sent him to the hospital to take all this kind of examinations, checks, right? Whatever, all these kind of excuses. My father is okay. I know he's okay. His body's okay. He's healthy. It's just like he's not communicating with us directly. I know it's not easy for men to communicate directly, but with this kind of a middle person, it will be more difficult. So that's my long-term emotional baggage. For me, it's just like I feel like there's always someone's being there how to say, it's like trying to break up family's connection and intervening and separating us, just like that kind of feeling, right? So that's been long-term hurting me. And even today, even as an abundance coach, this still like keep bothering me, because I really love my father and want to have that direct communication with him, and wants to know that he's happy, and also want to, every day I've been sharing our photos, our life experience, and want to share with him even though we are thousands miles away. I want that kind of a connection with him. But now it's just like it's blocked, it's like intervened, and it's manipulated. So that's very sad. But I know on the other side, I've been praying for him, praying for his relationship, and his relationship with another woman and with us as well. I definitely need more prayers for them. I know that woman just wants to, for her kind of a motivation, wants to occupy more for her. It's like from really scarcity kind of a thinking. But I know she's not me. She's not me, so she will not have that kind of abundance thinking. I would like to forgive her in this kind of public place, right? Today I'm shooting this video to really forgive her. That's a long-term forgiveness, right? It's already been since the beginning, my parents' separation. It's already, let's say, nearly 30, not 30, 27 years around that time. So it's long time already. And I would admit that I've never fully forgiven her yet. Even in my marriage, in my own marriage, some other women try to break my family. I've already forgiven them, and now I know that I need once for all forgive all this kind of ladies. I have I have love, generic love to all these women in this world, and why couldn't I forgive them, right? I know the specific ones, they have those selfish motivation and try to harm other families to get what they want. But here, especially specifically for my marriage, for my parents' marriage, those ones who try to get what they want and at the price of hurting other people, I would like to forgive them as well. Because I just remember God's told us, it's like we have all we want in the world. They just don't know. They just don't know yet. Every one of us, we are blessed with enough things, enough resources, enough love in this world. And they are trying to grab things from other people because they don't know that they're already blessed. They do not have that kind of a abundance mindset. They think they are in lack. They're in a lack of love, in lack of resources. So that's why they do not really intend to hurt other people. They just want to get what they want. So, and I want to forgive all of them. And also, I want to bless them and take this opportunity to bless them, because they are still in that kind of a leading position. So they may like unconsciously they're hurting other people. They don't know. So I want to bless them. God bless them with all everything they are desiring. Give them plenty of that, so they do not need to, how to say, to show that scarcity and also selfishness and to hurt other people and to get what they want. So I want to bless them. I need more prayers for them and more blessings to them. And especially also I pray to my father. He made his decision. Everyone, you make your decision. We are all free person, right? Free man or free woman. You make your own decision, and then you will take the results of it. Whatever the decision you make, you are 100% responsible for what you choose. So I think my father chose another person, and really like rather sacrifice his original family, and he made that choice. Majority time he's living very well, he's feeling happy. That's good for him. So, and even though sometimes there's some inconvenience, some like emotional baggage and some hurting to our original family, and especially our like father and daughter's relationships, but that's also at his choice, because he could choose to do the communication by himself, but he chose to let another one to be the middle one, to manipulate, to handle all these communications. That's his responsibility as well. So I need to respect his choice, right? And what should we focus on? We focus on, when we focus on abundance thinking, we focus on what we've already been blessed. And Tony Robbins has been always teaching that how to immediately change your life. It's just choose to have the greatest state, the greatest state, fabulous state at that moment. Take that switch. Even though you are at a miserable situation, even though you think you have so much like a baggage, and a lot of baggage is so heavy for you, and you've been dragging it for long journey, right? But at any moment, if you really want to make that change and shift, you can put down your baggage. Really, you do not need, nobody is forcing you to take that baggage. You do not need to carry it on all the way. And I remember yesterday, I felt that kind of heaviness, and I was standing outside of my home office and staying in the backyard and get in the sunlight or the warmth and looking around, look up to all those trees surrounding me. And that moment, I choose to forget, choose to put off all the baggage and enjoy that moment. I feel like I was not doing anything, but I was free at that moment, free, because I had that choice. Our life has plenty of choice, and we are free men, free women, and we are creator. We are not limited by any current situations, right? So I looked around all the trees and look at their freedom. that kind of freedom, right? It's like a springtime of trees, beautiful green colors, and the sunlight, everything. The air is so fresh, the air is so light. And while we are carrying all this baggage, it's unfair, but at the same time, it's also because of your choice, right? It's our choice. If you really feel that heaviness, and it's time for you to make that decision, that you can take up, you can really put down all this baggage and make a decision that you do not need to carry them on. And always remember that you have been blessed with all this kind of great things in your life. If I just think about, oh, my father and my broken family, and you will always feel like, if you only think about that fact, of course that's fact already, right? Only thinking about fact, you were always like how to say, tangled in that kind of a limiting scarcity thinking of, oh, I do not have a complete family like many other how to say, fortunate and happy families, and I say my father is not communicating directly with me. I'm knocking off the love of my father, things like that, right? If you keep thinking that way, you will always feel like you are in luck, in luck. or yesterday at that moment when I look at all those traits, and I had been blessed like any other people. We've been blessed with the whole universe, and instead we're thinking about what we are missing. Compared with the whole universe you are blessed with, which one is bigger? The incomplete ones you feel, but that's still outside. You know, my father, my broken original family, that's still outside of me. I am complete. You as a person, you are complete. No matter what kind of things may you feel like is still missing in your life, that's all outside. Or maybe you do not feel like you have enough money, and money will not decide your happiness, right? We know so many great stories that like poor people in Africa, those people who are receiving other people's support, financial support, or they have a little resources, they are happier than those millionaires, right? So money or anything else, or my original family or my father's connection, or all these kind of things should not decide our happiness. When you choose to forgive people, when you choose to bless other people, you have that plenty, abundant love and resources to bless other people. You are complete. And anything else occurring in your life, it's not your fault. My parents' breakness, my family, incomplete family, it's not my fault. Everyone make their own decisions. And I may be, how to say, directly or indirectly impacted in their poor decisions. But me, I am complete. You only take responsibility for your own choices. So for you to live an abundant life and to create your abundant business, you need to start to have the abundant thinking. And instead of all these kind of challenges, all these kind of difficulties in life, how could you choose at this moment to change your life? And there's a story, actually, maybe it's just story, but it's like a metaphor story to help you to think about how to thinking in a different way. Even though I believe in God, right? Sometimes I like those Zen stories, like Buddhism stories. And I remember thinking about they're talking about everything is right. Everything occurring in your life is right. Doesn't matter it's tragedy or whatever. Looks like if you look at it from one side, maybe it's negative, but it's all right at the right time, at the right places, with the right people. So like that story, the king has a minister, right? The king went to hunting, and he shoot like a leopard, and the leopard he thought he's dead, and he went to like close to check if he's dead or not, but the leopard used his last life and the strength to bite the king's pinky. And then the king lost his pinky, right? So he's very angry, and his minister told him everything's fine, everything's great at the right time, at the right place, with the right thing or right people, right? The king's angry, said, this is not right, I lost my pinky, how could you say things like that? So like, say, if I put you in a jail because we say this kind of things, are right? And the minister said it's right, it should be right if you didn't make that decision. So the king very angrily and put the minister into the jail. And then the king another time went out to I don't know, travel or go hunting, whatever, and he was caught by a tribe, like quite how to say, a tribe of people living in a forest. And they thought they got some great sacrifice. They want to do the sacrifice, right? To really do their worship thing, to our tribe's worship thing. And right before they killed the king, and they found that his pinky is lost, and so he's not perfect. He's not a perfect sacrifice. He's not a complete one, right? Then they reported to the head of the tribe, and they released the king. And the king was very happy when he back to his kingdom. And so he released the minister from the jail and told him the stories, and said, It's so great because now the bad things really turn into great things, right? But then he regretted that you stayed in the jail for over 1 month. Don't you feel like, is that also right? Isn't that a waste for you? Just suffered 1 month in the jail. The minister was at the retreat, how to say, the retreat, kind of a feast, and he's drinking the wine, and he told the king, yes, it's all right, because if you did not put me in jail, and I would have been accompanying you to the traveling, and we both of us will be caught by the tribe, and after they found you you lost your pinky, you're not good for the sacrifice, they will find me perfect for their sacrifice, and I will be gone now. So actually saved my life, the time in the jail, right? So the king heard of it, is very happy. That's true. Like the ministry, what you said is really true, and really rewarded him. So this is I guess maybe not a real story, but it's a really, like, how to say, fiction story, but it expressed this meaning. It's like everything is good. For example, for my parents, if I think, I had a broken family, my parents separated, why should I say that's a good thing, right? But if you think from different ways, my mother found a nice man, and when I was in Beijing, both of them, I had like a family. I had an extended family there, and it treated me very well. And my father, at least, he also lived like another over 20 years without much arguing, and he's still healthy. He's from him, like, he's enjoying his life, so that's good for him, right? So if you think from different angles, some bad things may be good things. So even though now, like, we are blocked of this kind of communication, looks like bad things, who knows, we're now still in this moment, we don't know in the future moment, right? What maybe this will become some breakthrough for our communication or some relationship, I never know. So don't make that judgment that to say the things is so bad, right? And when you have the emotional baggage at this moment, looks like they are negative, but in the future, even for my personal growth, like for me to overcome this kind of a baggage and like overcome this kind of how to say, blocks and all this kind of limitations, and can really break through it, and get a bigger abundant thinking, and even that is for my personal growth, is already a blessing already. So everything is at the right time, at the right place, with the right people and things, right? So think about everything in your life, whichever has already occurred and whichever will be occurring, they are all reasonable. They are all with some purpose, and eventually will do your good. So that's my message for today about what if you have a lot of emotional baggage. So compared to mine, maybe it's worse, maybe it's a mess. So the message today to you is really related to that Buddhism story. Is like everything in our life is all right, at the right place, at the right time, with the right people and things. And in God's words, it's like everything has a purpose. Everything has a purpose for you to grow, and we can all grow through anything in our life. Doesn't matter. It looks so far it's good or bad. And in a coaching way, in Tony Robbins' way, how to turn that immediately around, and just you make that make that conscious decision at this moment. You want to choose to live at the fabulous state, and you can make that change. And when you make that decision, make that commitment, and take the action, your life will change. And to me, it's in the first step. Even though you feel like, oh, my baggage is like so heavy, I could not think about anything to appreciate, right? Think about the great things blessed to me. I do not want to get there. But when you think about, when you have the peaceful heart, think about all the things the universe has already blessed to you. even though you do not want to go into like specific those things in your life, like from 1 to 10, those appreciative things, right, in your life. But if you think about the whole universe, you still have your life, and the whole universe belongs to you. And every day you can still make a new decision. Every day you can make that decision and a choice to choose to how to live. All this kind of freedom and everything we can create as a creator in our life, in our business. For all this kind of wonderful, wonderful capabilities and this kind of energy blessed to us, and this unlimited potential blessed to us. And for all this, we should be grateful. And no matter what kind of emotional baggage, we can put it down and move forward and focus on our vision and our dream, the things we really want to create, not just for ourselves. And we have all these gifts. We should not waste. We have all these gifts that's blessed to us to give to the world. That's the real meaning for us to be here, to be the person to really find our real purpose, to live as the true self, and then give our best gifts to other people and unconditional love all the ones, everyone, including those ones who may hurt us. And that's us as a human being, blessed as a free person. So I hope you get some inspirations and encouragement from today's message, and feel free to share under our video what's your best takeaway and aha moment. I would love to read. And let's stay positive, let's stay abundant, and because we have unlimited potential and so many things for us to create. And don't waste our time on all those useless baggage. Okay, focus on the time on the things that's really blessing to other people and really fulfilling your precious life. Thank you so much. Wish you all enjoy your Thursday. Have a wonderful day. See you next time. Bye.